If you're trying to decide between the Amazfit T-Rex Ultra 2 and the T-Rex 3 Pro, this is going to be a very simple and honest comparison. These two watches are actually more similar than different. So the real question is not which one is better overall, but which one makes more sense for you. The Amazfit T-Rex Ultra 2 just landed, and the first thing you notice is how massive it is. This thing is big. We're talking about a 51mm case, which makes it the largest watch Amazfit currently makes. When you put it next to the T-Rex 3 Pro, especially the 48mm version, you can clearly see the difference. And if you have smaller wrists, that size jump is going to matter. The 3 Pro even comes in a 40mm version, which is much more wearable for everyday use. The Ultra 2 doesn't give you that choice. It's one size and it's big. Now let's talk about build quality, because this is where the Ultra 2 starts to feel more premium. Both watches use grade 5 titanium for the bezel and buttons, but the Ultra 2 adds a grade 5 titanium back panel. The T-Rex 3 Pro uses a polymer back instead. In real life, that means the Ultra 2 feels more solid, more like a serious expedition tool. But that extra metal comes with a trade-off. The Ultra 2 weighs about 89 grams. The 48mm T-Rex 3 Pro is just 49 grams. That's a huge difference on your wrist, especially if you're wearing it all day and all night. When it comes to display, both watches are actually very similar. You're getting a 1.5-inch AMOLED display on the 48mm 3 Pro and on the Ultra 2. They both push up to 3000 nits of peak brightness, which means visibility in direct sunlight is excellent. Both use sapphire glass, so scratches shouldn't be a concern during outdoor use. On paper, the screens look almost identical. In real-world use, the Ultra 2 does seem to handle map, rendering a bit more smoothly, but this is not a dramatic difference. Now let's move to battery life. Because this is one of the headline upgrades, the Ultra 2 packs an 870 mAh battery compared to 700 mAh in the 48mm T-Rex 3 Pro. Amazfit claims up to 30 days of typical use on the Ultra 2 versus 25 days on the 3 Pro. For GPS tracking, the Ultra 2 can go over 50 hours in high accuracy mode, while the 3 Pro is rated around 38 hours. That's definitely an improvement. But here's the honest part. Both watches already have excellent battery life. So, unless you are constantly pushing multi-day adventures or ultra-long GPS sessions, that extra battery may not completely change your experience. Where the Ultra 2 really separates itself is storage and mapping. The 3 Pro has 32 GB of internal storage, which is already decent. The Ultra 2 doubles that to 64 GB. And this isn't just for music or random files, it's mainly for maps. The Ultra 2 is designed to store large global base maps and topographic data directly on the watch. That means fewer file swaps through your phone and more freedom when you're offline. Navigation is also more advanced on the Ultra 2. It supports offline route planning for distances up to 100 kilometers. So you can be completely offline, pick a destination on the watch, and it will calculate a turn-by-turn route for you. The T-Rex 3 Pro does offer route planning and POI search, but it's not optimized for long, fully offline route creation in the same way. If you're a serious hiker, trail runner, or someone who does complex backcountry routes, that extra capability might actually matter. You also get improved elevation tracking and climb segmentation on the Ultra 2. It shows your progress on steep sections more clearly and lets you set checkpoints for things like water stops or rest breaks. These are small details, but they make the Ultra 2 feel more like a dedicated expedition tool rather than just a rugged smartwatch. Both watches include a built-in LED flashlight, which is surprisingly useful. The difference is in the secondary color. The Ultra 2 uses green along with white, while the 3 Pro uses red along with white. Green light is easier for the human eye to detect at low brightness and can improve terrain contrast at night. Red is traditionally used for preserving night vision. Which one you prefer depends on your use case, but it's a subtle difference rather than a game changer. Under the hood, both watches use the same BioTracker 6.0 PPG sensor for heart rate and biometric tracking. Both support dual-band GNSS for accurate positioning. So, in terms of health tracking and core sports performance metrics, you're not getting a major upgrade with the Ultra 2. The experience is largely the same. Now we have to talk about price. The Ultra 2 comes in at around $550. The T-Rex 3 Pro sits closer to $400. That's about a $150 difference. And when you break it down, what you're paying extra for is a bigger case, a titanium back, more storage, slightly longer battery life, and more advanced offline navigation. So is it worth upgrading? If you already own the T-Rex 3 Pro, probably not. The core experience is nearly identical. You're not getting new sensors, dramatically better tracking, or a completely different software platform. The Ultra 2 feels more extreme, more specialized, but not revolutionary. However, if you are choosing between the two for the first time, and you know you'll use offline maps heavily, plan long routes directly on your watch, and push multi-day adventures without charging, then the Ultra 2 starts to make more sense. It feels tougher, more premium, and more self-contained. For most people though, the T-Rex 3 Pro still hits the sweet spot. It's lighter, cheaper, easier to wear daily, and delivers almost the same performance. The Ultra 2 is like the maxed out version of the same idea. Bigger, tougher, and more storage focused, but not something everyone truly needs. At the end of the day, this isn't about which watch is better in absolute terms. It's about whether you want a rugged smartwatch that already does almost everything, or the most extreme version of that same watch with extra battery and serious offline navigation power.